Hi guys, my name is Danielle Barnard Gross, aka Noon at Noon, and today we're going to be making a mushroom stroganoff with mashed potatoes and roasted carrots and some steamed runner beans. What you're going to be needing for this recipe is loads of mushrooms, a few runner beans, potatoes for your mashed potato, an onion and a half, because I do like to put a little bit of onion in my mashed potato and some onion in my actual mushroom stroganoff. And I've got a thing for peas lately, so I'll be putting some frozen peas in my mushroom stroganoff, and then a beautiful array of carrots that we'll be roasting in the oven. To go in with your mushroom stroganoff, we'll have some plant-based double cream and some whole grain mustard, and then you can use any seasoning that you normally would use. I like to add some parsley, garlic, onion, salt, ground white pepper, and some bouillon, organic Swiss vegetable stock. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start prepping, because I don't think every one of you would always like to see me how I cut and peel a potato. So I'll see you once I've prepped. Okay, so we've done all the preparation, and I have lightly steamed the carrots just so that it will roast a little bit easier in the oven. And then I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in a baking tin or tray and just put that in the oven to heat. We've already added the onion to the pot for the mashed potatoes, so I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to that and get it going. And I'm just going to take this off and replace it with my runner beans. They won't take too long, so I'm just going to put them to one side. I'm actually going to put this on the back. And then always remember to add your salt, a little bit of salt to your onions to draw out all the moisture. And I'm also going to add now a little bit of lazy garlic to this mixture. Just stir it through. Just want to soften them a little bit, not too much, because it's going to boil with the potatoes. And then what we can do is, I'm going to just switch this now. To start the mushroom stroganoff, a little bit of olive oil, let that heat. And then just add your potatoes. And add some hot water. Let's do its thing. I just want to put the lid on it, and then always keep an eye on it, because you don't want it to boil over. Like I always say, it's easier just to keep your eye on it than cleaning up the mess of it being boiled over. And then for the stroganoff, add your onion to your pan, and then this should be now nice and warm, and beat it up and add your carrots to it. And I'm just going to add a little bit of salt, pepper. To the oven. And the onions are coming along nicely. What I am going to do is I'm going to add the mushrooms to this now. And let it do its thing. Add a little bit of onion salt. And then people are always so eager to stir things, and I know I'm stirring things now, but if you continuously stir it, it's just going to take longer to brown off or fry. So, you know, leave it alone and let it do its thing before you just stir it through. And you can hear it's doing its thing. And then we can also add a little splash of soy. I like to add soy or vegan Worcester sauce because it just gives a little bit of a color to the mushrooms and it doesn't look so anemic. And I like that about adding Worcester sauce or soy sauce to the mixture. Coming along nicely, and it's, you know, it's a waiting game because you want to get rid of all the excess moisture in the mushrooms and in the onions. And you can see how much moisture we've already got in the pot there. So, and then, you know, add your seasoning, what you like. I always like a little bit of white pepper. And some vegan vegetable stock bouillon. And I'll also put a little bit of dried parsley in now as well. Spread it out evenly across the surface of your pan. And then just wait and be patient. That's all you can do. And also, I tend to, when I do a normal roast, I tend to leave my carrots or potatoes in the oven for at least half an hour before I turn them. But now I've steamed the carrots, so they wouldn't need half an hour before you turn them. So just keep an eye on your carrots as well, because they tend to roast far quicker than any potatoes. So, and you wouldn't want to ruin it by coming out charred just when you're ready to serve your stroganoff. What a disaster. And here you can see now the moisture is, you know, evaporating. It's getting a nice consistency. And I would let that go a little bit more before I add any other seasoning to it. It's bubbling away beautifully. And then, you know, mashed potatoes is going to take its time. all the water needs to evaporate. So the stroganoff will most probably be ready before the mashed potatoes, but that's no big issue. So beautiful. And then I think most people would serve stroganoff with rice, but I've just got like a craving for a mashed potato today. I've learned if you have a craving, you better satisfy that craving, because it won't go away. It will continuously be in the back of my mind until I've had my mashed potato. And this is fairly suitable to have mashed potato with the stroganoff, I feel. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a teaspoon of whole grain mustard. And then what you can do is add a tablespoon of flour into your mixture. Just stir it through. That's going to allow for the sauce to thicken once you pour the cream into your base. So now just going to pour some cream in. You can turn the heat right down now. And I'm also going to come in with my frozen peas. And then just stir that through. And add more cream to your heart's content. And what I'll do is I'll also add a little bit of Oatly milk to this mixture. Just a dash. And then this can just simmer away, and clearly the mashed potatoes got some way to go. So I'll see you once the mashed potato is ready to serve. Okay, so the mashed potatoes are ready to be mashed, And then also I've neglected to pour in one crucial ingredient, and that's a splash of white wine. That will just add to the whole flavor and experience of your mushroom stroganoff. And then just, oh, it smells absolutely amazing. Let's quickly do a taster. Wow, it's good. It's so good. Okay, and then let that bubble away. I've already put the runner beans on, so they will be ready by the time we've mashed our mashed potato. So I always like to add a dash of Oatly milk and then some plant-based margarine or vegan butter, whatever you have at hand. And then just go in. And I always like to have my hob on while I'm doing this, so that it can just get rid of the excess water or moisture while I'm doing the mashing. And I usually keep it on a low heat while I'm dishing up. And normally I would like to put like a teaspoon of whole grain mustard into my mash, but seeing that we've already got the whole grain mustard in our mushroom stroganoff, I will not be adding anything to the mashed potato, because otherwise it may become too overpowering, all the flavors together. And look here how beautiful and smooth. Look, no lumps. Oh my goodness, beautiful, smooth. Okay, so I'll just keep that on very low heat, and let's check on our carrots. And in fact, I'm going to switch the stroganoff off, and then our carrots are also ready to be served. Beautiful. Clearly you can roast them more if you want, but I like mine just the way they are right now. And then I'm gonna go in with a decent scoop of mash. Just stir everything through again. Ooh, yummy. Wonderful. And a few pieces of carrots. And then don't forget your runner beans. Beautiful. Mushroom stroganoff. Please let me know what you thought about this recipe. I know I'm going to be enjoying it right now. I'm salivating. Cheers. Clearly a lot of mushrooms here, so you decide how many you want in your dish and how big your dish is going to be. Chop them roughly like that, and you can have like different types of cuts of mushrooms, makes it a bit more interesting. I have a mixture of chestnut mushrooms and normal white mushrooms, and I'm just like, there's not a chance in hell that I'm gonna peel a mushroom. If you've washed them, which I have, then I don't know why you want to peel them. I mean, geez, who's got time for that?